Welcome to this week's episode of Podcaster Trendy. I'm your host, Jason Graham. Here in the South, there is an electricity in the air that you can feel. With the first major weekend of college football just around the corner, we have a really special treat this week. We are joined by our recruiting manager, Charlie Miller, who played free safety in Division One NCAA Football for a number of years. And so today we thought we'd bring Charlie in to talk a little bit about his experience as a football player and about how that experience translated to him as a leader in our organization. So welcome, Charlie.
Jason, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. So tell me, when did you first start playing?
Man, you know what, Jason? It started, actually, my story isn't like everyone else. I had to beg my mom to play. So I was a very thin kid, very small. And so I think I was in fifth grade. It's the first time I played, fifth grade.
So she didn't want you to play. She was afraid you'd get hurt?
Exactly, at all. I was playing baseball, basketball, and that's it. My mom would not let me play football. I had to beg my dad and my mom every night. And then one day it happened.
They finally let you play. So what position did you play when you first started?
Offensive guard.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, I was a guard and I played D-line.
So you kind of worked your way through the different positions, because if I'm not mistaken, you said that you played free safety in college. Is that correct?
Yeah, so it was more of what's called, it just depends on what college you go to. It's called like a rover position. So basically it's like outside linebacker, and when they spread out, you drop back in coverage. So it's kind of a strong safety / outside linebacker.
I got you. All right, so you started out pretty much just being a road grader, right? I mean, just leading the way on probably a lot of running, I'm guessing, in the football leagues when you're younger, correct?
Correct. So basically I was just a kid, a young, small kid who was just in the way, right? Just loved to play. I wasn't very good at that age because my dad made me play up for some reason. And so I was playing with a lot of guys that were older and bigger. So it was very tough. I don't know if he wanted me to quit or not, but it definitely was very tough.
Well, it forced you to become better, right? I mean, that's how you get better, is by working with better competition, right?
Correct. I actually have a memory. My first day of practice with my dad, because he was coaching me. He lined me up against this kid that was in 8th grade. So I'm like 5th grade. And this kid drugged me into the woods. And this is in South Carolina. Woods, sticks, everything, everywhere, ant piles. And I got up crying. And I vowed that day that when I got big enough, I wanted to see that kid again. But that kid actually stopped playing, so I didn't have a chance to see him.
Oh man, that's a terrible story. That's awful. When you transitioned, you started playing ball in high school. Were you playing a different position at that time? Did you switch over full time to defense there, or did you play offense and defense when you were in high school?
So in high school, I played a little both. Like I said, I'm from South Carolina, went to school, Camden High School. I played like a stand-up tight end on offense, and I played outside linebacker there as well.
When did you get your first offer? What school gave you your first offer?
First offer, let's see, the first school I was in 10th grade, and this guy named Andre Carter took me to Clemson. That was the first visit that I went to Clemson. At that time, it was Coach West was there. It was before Bowder. Yeah. So it was Tommy West was there at that year.
So, I mean, when you went to Clemson, was that where you decided, yes, this is where I want to go to school? Did you get multiple offers?
So coming from there, Clemson was like the school. I had an older cousin that went to the University of North Carolina. I didn't want to follow his footsteps, right? I didn't want to be I wanted to be like him, but I just didn't want to be compared to him.
Yeah.
And so Clemson, just everything was great there. Me and a couple other buddies went to a couple other schools, went to Penn State to look at the campus, but there was something about Clemson that was very, very great campus, very pretty actually.
So you were recruited by Penn State. Did you meet Joe Paterno?
At that time, I did not meet Joe Paterno.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not meet Joe Paterno. I met the coach. I forgot his name, the defensive coordinator, the guy that's Oh my! I don't know. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So I mean, it sounds like you made the right decision. You probably didn't even know it, right?
Yeah, I have nothing to say about that. I have nothing to say about that.
The less we have to say about that, the better. So, is it just out of curiosity when you were starting? I mean, were you like a 3-star, 4-star prospect?
I was probably a 3-star. I was in South Carolina, so I played the All-Star game. So I was probably a 3-star. I wasn't like an ESPN top 100 guy.
Yeah,
or nothing like that. Yeah.
So, well, but I mean, in all honesty, you know, it's like you watch, and in most college football, I mean, so often those guys who are the 4 and the 5 stars, they're a lot of times those are the guys who don't make it. You know, they're overrated, and you know, by the junior and senior years, it's those 3-star guys that actually really are the heart and soul of a lot of teams. So, did you start as a freshman or sophomore? Did you work your way up the depth chart?
As a freshman, I played. And so from sophomore, junior, senior year, I started.
Man, that's impressive. So what's your favorite memory of being in college football? Do you have a play that you made that stands out as the play for you?
Man, actually, my favorite memory is just the early mornings, right? Working out with guys and just building that family, right? That close-knit, I guess you call, just building the team, right? So you're building the family atmosphere, just building, staying there, working hard with guys, going through like early mornings at 5 o'clock, and you're practicing. You don't want to be out there, and just getting
but
to
you're
know
out there together,
exactly, right?
Yeah,
and just getting to know a bunch of new guys every year. Every year is anywhere between 20 to 40 guys that's coming in, right? Coming in walk on, so it's a brotherhood that lasts forever. Actually,
that's terrific. So you keep in touch with a lot of the guys you played college ball with?
I do. We have a group text. Of course, when a lot of big games are happening, we tend to meet up at the games. Try to go to homecoming. They typically have like a spring game, so where we do like an alumni flag football game. So we do that as well. But we definitely stay in touch. At least I have like 5 guys I probably talk to every week.
That's very cool. Tell me, now, you are an outstanding recruiting manager here for us, and even before you moved into that position, I mean, it was clear to me the very first time I met you in a class, it was like, this guy obviously has a lot of leadership skills. You just kind of had a presence in the classroom, and, you know, it was clear that you affected the people around you in a positive manner. What sort of lessons do you think that you picked up playing football? How does that translate to what you do here for DNY?
Man, it's so many, Jay. I know one. I've always been a big believer. I don't know if this comes from how I was raised, or my dad or mom, but it starts with having a good leader, right? For someone to follow, right? And so once I have a good coach, and I trust his movement, trust everything that he's going to lead me in the right direction, I'll do anything for him. And that's here. I think we have that. I think we have some great leaders here. Mark, Greg, Thomas, Jen. And
absolutely.
They're not leading you down the wrong path, right? And so I trust them. And so when that's said, I'm going to do what I have to do to make them happy, right? To get the job done. So long as I trust someone, I'm all in. And so that's one thing I've learned just from football. Because once you trust the coach, and the coach tells me, "Hey, Charlie, you do this. This is going to happen." And
you're in 100%.
I'm 100%. Yeah, all the time.
That is awesome. I know that your team members, the staffing consultants, I'm certain they feel that way about you, sir. So
I hope so. I hope so.
Well, I wanted to thank you for taking a few minutes to talk with us. I really enjoyed hearing about your experience. We'll hopefully, as an Alabama fan, you know, you're maybe they get a little revenge for that whipping they took at the end of last year this year. So we'll just have to see how the playoffs. How that turns out. Maybe we'll get back together again and talk a little bit of football.
Yeah, definitely wish Clemson Tigers a great season, as well as Newberry College in South Carolina.
All right. Well, appreciate talking to you, Charlie. I thank you a lot. You have a good one.
Thanks so much, sir.